look at the view. Now we must say goodbye to our home for these last 8 days and set out on the road to Stone Town. So we've just arrived in Stone Town, and as you can see, it's absolutely bouncing it down. So we've come straight to Lukman restaurant to get something to eat before we even try and find our hostel, because we're just going to get absolutely drenched if we go out in this. So yeah, not quite the serene beaches of sky and sand, but you know. So we have just come out for dinner at the Lukman restaurant, and we've just upstairs on the terrace. We've got a beautiful spread ahead of us to enjoy on our first night, but also just in the background there is the door to the place we're staying, which we finally found. But yeah, not an easy find. It's just a random unsigned door in a random back street of Stone Town. So we did well to find it. So we're back in our room now. This is our hostel room. Double and a single, and aircon and a fan, so we should be all right. But yeah, that was quite a day, quite a jolt from our very sedate lifestyle that we've been living by the beach. And once again, like, we would have been absolutely screwed if it wasn't for the kindness of strangers. So thanks, strangers. Well, that was a pretty awful first night's sleep next to what appears to be like the world's loudest road. But today is our first full day in Stone Town, so let's go see what it holds.
And then behind the high altar, you have a grave for the bishop, with the burial behind the high altar was.
So in this room they kept like 75 people for up to 3 days. Pretty crazy. In this room they kept 50 people in it. That was a pretty somber start to the day, but you know, a very good exhibition and well worth seeing. So now we're going to go to the coffee house and try some delicious coffee on a roof terrace, which should be quite nice.
So now we're at Zanzibar Coffee House, which is like a famous place to come for fizzy coffee. And yeah, we're just going to have a chill on this lovely rooftop.
While in Stone Town, it will be a crime not to come to the museum commemorating Zanzibar's most famous son, Freddie Mercury. So here we are, and loving it. So we're fresh out the Freddie Mercury Museum, which was good, but a little bit of a tourist trap. It was quite, as you'd expect, but it was quite expensive for what it was. But now we're just on the beach and on the hunt for something for Zoe to eat. Idea for a movie is It Follows, but with this ice cream truck instead. I'm not even joking, we've just walked like 10 minutes away from that guy with him behind us, and then he's just appeared in an alleyway in front of us. That's quite spooky. Still following us. We're now entering what we have imaginatively dubbed Cat Alley, because there's a lot of cats on it. This behind me is Zanzibar's famous House of Wonders, although we're wondering why it's closed.
It's really one of the ninth wonders of the world.
To be fair, it is actually quite a big and impressive house. Great name for a car.
Uh-oh, it's raining.
Come down to watch the sunset, but at the moment something of a rainstorm going on. We've now moved to the Africa House where I think we're going to get a pretty good sunset. Cheers. Yeah, good, thanks. After a night of drinks, we have come to the Forodhani night market to sample the wares, and there's lots of wares to sample. Hey, how are you doing? Yeah, there's a lot of wares here, all delicious, I'm sure. So we're just walking home after the night market, down these beautiful old alleyways, which fortunately are still quite well lit. Hello. Because if they weren't, they'd be pretty spooky at this time of night, but fortunately they're well lit and we feel pretty safe.
The audacity to rain during the rainy season.
We ventured out in search of a cash machine because we've got to pay the hotel bill and get to the airport, but yeah, it is balancing it down, so it's pretty grim out here. It might sound a little geeky, but one thing that Stonetown has a lot of is these amazing doors, and for these ones in particular, they've got like spikes on them, so that means apparently that they're Indian doors because these spikes are there to keep the elephants from ramming them down, so that's how you can tell when it's an Indian door. There's another one over there, but yeah, there's some door trivia for you. So we have escaped from the rain, which has actually stopped now, but we are now at Zanzibar Airport awaiting our flight to Arusha. At the moment it looks like we're the only people on it, but I'm not sure that'll be the case, but I imagine it's going to be quite a small plane.
We've been through security, which is most chill airport security. I think we've already been through. They are not fussy about bringing liquids in, which is lovely because we've still got the water. And we are about a couple of hours away from getting on a plane to Arusha, which could be interesting because we might be the only people on it.
So we're now on board our little flight with propellers. So yeah, should be a good one. But we've got a window seat. Well, I've got a window seat, so it's also can see quite clearly. Yeah, fingers crossed we make it in one piece. Should be about an hour and 15 minutes, all being well. Bagging tunes on here as well.
Mabibi na bwana, tunakaribisha kwa ndege flight ndege namba YF.
Got a little pot of chocolate ice cream and a chocolate bar. Result. Sitting that close to the propellers all flight did freak me out a little bit, but we landed fine, so all good. That was our steed. Here we are, we have arrived at our new digs in Shanghai, just enjoying a cup of tea out on our little porch. This is the view. That is the view over the wall. It's quite sort of rural, we're sort of down a long dirt road in a village, but yeah, it looks like it's going to be absolutely lovely here.
It was a really smooth plane journey and almost a very smooth car journey, apart from when the driver went the wrong way down the road and straight on into a van that had to swerve out the way. But yeah, we are here, it's beautiful, and yeah, I think we're going to really like it here.
So this is our first morning in Shanghai, which is just outside of Arusha, and we're staying here on an eco lodge with Martha and Daniel and their son Rian, who are absolutely lovely. We've just been on a stroll into town where everyone's been beautifully friendly to us Mzungu. We're here for 2 weeks, and so we'll tell you what those have been like in the next video.